Arcade gaming. Table of contents. Dance machine. 4. Arcade gaming history. 6. Arcade gaming today. 12. The arcade gaming community. 20. Glossary. 22. To learn more. 23. Index. 24. Dance machine. Time to dance. A beat music plays and as arrows scroll up the screen. Your feet speed across the dance pad. You are on a combo streak in Dance Dance Revolution. As the song ends, you add more quarters to the cabinet. The screen lights up with arrows again. This popular arcade game is one of your favorites. Feel the rhythm. Dance Dance Revolution is the rhythm game. It was first made in 1998. Players must time their moments to music to get a high score. Arcade gaming history. The earliest arcade games were medical games made without electricity. Many were coin-operated. They were usually found at fairs and amusement parks. New technology led to more advanced games. In 1936, the Seeburg Ray-O-Lite was the first arcade game to use a light gun. It shot a beam of light to knock down targets. Pinball. Pinball was one of the earliest medical games. Buffalo ball was among the first coin-operated pinball machines. Buffalo ball. One of the first electronic arcade games was Computer Space. It was created by Nowlan Bushnell in 1971. It had simple graphics. Players press buttons to control a racket. In 1975, control a rocket. In 1975, Gunfight was the first arcade game to use a microprocessor. This led to better graphics. Later, vector graphics were introduced in the 1977 game Space Wars. Pong. Pong was released in 1972. It was the first video game that made money. A cabinet could make $40 per day. By 1974, there were at least 8,000 Pong cabinets. Arcade cabinets through time. 1936, Seeburg Ray-O-Lite. 1971, Computer Space. 1971, Galaxy Game. 1980, Pac-Man. 1981, Donkey Kong. 1983, Star Wars. Arcade gaming timeline. 1931, Buffalo ball and early medical pinball game is released. 1971, Computer Space is one of the first electronic arcade games. 1972, Pong is released, becoming the first popular arcade game. 1975, Gunfight was the first arcade game to use a microprocessor. 1971, vector graphics are introduced in Space Wars. 1980, Pac-Man is one of the first games to include a cutscene. 1991, Street Fighter II becomes one of the most popular arcade fighting games. As graphics improved, so did storytelling. Many games began using cutscenes in the 1980s. Pac-Man and Donkey Kong were among the most popular. Arcades were also filled with fighting games. The Street Fighter series led the way for modern fighting games. Many players still love to play Street Fighter II today. Pac-Man. Arcade gaming today. Arcades are not as common as they once were, but many gamers still enjoy them. New technology has given some games more features. In 2001, Victoria Fighter 4 was the first arcade game that could go online. Despite technology, most modern arcade cabinets look like past games. Cabinets house hardware. Players control games with buttons and joysticks. Popular arcade games. By number of cabinets sold. 125,000 cabinets, Mrs. Pac-Man. Donkey Kong, 132,000 cabinets. Street Fighter 2, 200,000 cabinets. Space Invaders, 360,000 cabinets. Pac-Man, 400,000 cabinets. Some games have special hardware. Flying or driving games often have special seats. Players may use a steering wheel and paddles. Large screens make the games feel real. Virtual reality arcades are also growing. Gamers wear a headset and use controllers to explore a new world. Virtual reality headset. Game makers are also introducing new styles of play to arcade games. The 2013 strategy game Killer Queen has a big following. Killer Queen. Unlike many arcade games, Killer Queen is made for 10 players. Players work together on teams to complete tasks. Games like this may make arcades more popular in the future. Game Spotlight. Game. Killer Queen. Year. 2013. Type. Strategy. Description. Teams of 5 work together to defeat the other team. Worker bees may collect 12 berries or ride a snail to the finish line to win. But they must protect their queen bee. If the queen is defeated 3 times, the other team wins. There are still thousands of arcades around the world. People visit to play at their favorite cabinets. The best players may get on the high score table. Many games are designed after popular movies or music. Star Wars Battle Pod lets gamers shoot down TIE fighters in a galaxy far away. Pinball machines have featured Marvel characters. Star Wars Battle Pod. The arcade gaming community. There are many arcade gaming events around the world. Fans of other games still play head-to-head in Donkey Kong and Street Fighter II. Some gamers join leagues. They gather at arcades to meet friends and play their favorite games. In the arcade gaming community, there is always someone to play with. Arcade Gaming Event Spotlight. Event. IFPA World Pinball Championship. Host. International Flipper Pinball Association. Game. Pinball. When it happens. Once per year. Where it happens. Around the world. Recent champions. John Ennis Osterminer 2018. Raymond Davidson 2018. Grocery. Cabinet. The structures surrounding the computer and other hardware that make up an arcade game. Combo. A series of moves or tricks played back-to-back that result in a higher score. Cutscenes. Parts of a game where the player has no control of the character. Cutscenes are like short movies. Graphics. Images displayed on a computer screen. Hardware. Physical pieces of computers or other technology. Headset. A helmet, visor, or other than that item that a person wears on their head to experience virtual reality. Leagues. Groups that come together to complete a certain activity. Light gun. A device that shoots a laser or at objects or graphics on the screen. Mechanical. Related to machines, mechanical games have no electronic parts. Microprocessor. A small chip that holds the computer's memory. Strategy game. A game that requires careful planning to achieve goals. Vector graphics. Graphics created with sequences of commands or math equations. Virtual reality. Related to games that allow players to explore a human-made setting. To learn more, at the library. Gilroy Josh, History of Esports in Arbor, Michigan, Cherry Lake Publishing 2020. Hanson Dustin, Game On. Video game history from Pong and Pac-Man to Mario, Minecraft, and more. New York, NY, Farewell and Friends 2016. Rathburn, Betsy, Computer Gaming. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Bellwether Media 2021. On the web, Fast Surfer. FastServer.com gives you a safe, fun way to find more information. Go to www.fastserver.com. Enter arcade gaming into the search box and click. Select your book cover to see a list of related content. Index. Bushnell Nalan. 8. Cabinet. 5, 8, 9, 13, 18. Community 2021. Controllers 15. Cutscenes 11. Dance Dance Revolution 4, 5. Electronic Games 8. Event Spotlight 21. Game Spotlight 17. Games 4, 5, 7, 8, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 20. Graphics 8, 11. Hardware 13, 14. Headset 15. History 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. Joysticks 13. Leagues 20, 21. Light Gun 7. Mechanical Games 6, 7. Microprocessor 8. Online 12. Pinball 7, 18, 21. Players 5, 8, 11, 13, 14, 17, 18. Popular arcade games 13. Screen 4, 5, 14. Through time 9. Timeline 10. Virtual reality 15.